Yeah.
Put the game on. Let's see what's playing. What's on? And then Tommy would strike out. We go, oh man, that guy sucks. And then next thing you know, he hit 3 home runs.
I struck out every first at bat.
Every first at bat. I said he's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right.
It was like it started becoming a joke like during the week where I was like, it's inevitable. Just watch.
I saw it on TV. I said I could tell he was gonna strike out.
I made it like a thing. Like I have to just hit the ball first at bat. Like I was just trying to make contact with 2 strikes. Like not willing to drive with 2 strikes. And like I couldn't, and then like it's like after that first one I was just locked in. It was weird.
Yeah.
So now this year there's no such thing as a first at bat. It's just an at bat, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna try to like clear that up a little bit.
That hasn't been like me ever. So
Yeah.
I don't know what
And I noticed last year a little bit you got passive sometimes. We talked about that yesterday, where you kind of like, let's see this ball, and then you get behind and your coach yelled at you, not your coach, but your ops guy.
I can't be passive, or else I'll just take too many balls and
get in a hole right away. Yeah, it's the worst thing you could do.
I was like taking so much that it was like I'd blink and I was 0-2 in the playoffs. I was 0-2. I was like, I'm like starting 0-2 before I'm even ready.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just get locked in right away.
But when he's locked in, you know, okay, he's gonna hit no matter. You can see it on TV. You can see that, okay, he's gonna hit now because.
Weird, though? Why is that?
You can see it. It's weird.
I'm like ready every at bat, but it's like,
weird.
I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
It's like, something in my eyes, like I'm gonna hit a home run this pitch.
Or like he don't look like he's gonna hit it all this pitch, this at bat. Like you're like just.
I don't know about
It's
that.
just a feeling.
Maybe
it's
you, but I
It's just a
guarantee
feeling.
every LSU fan thinks I'm gonna hit a home run every time I get up.
Yeah. We talk about those big moments, man. Like, how do you keep a level head through that? That's something you've done. That's insane.
Yeah,
you know.
No. For the most part, I just breathe. Breathing's a big thing. I use my breath and my imagery. I do that. We have mental coaches that come to LSU, so I've taken a hold of that. But yeah, the big moment that just happened, I wasn't calm at all. I had Dylan yelling at me, calm down, slow down. I'm shaking. What's going on? Like freaking out, like, you know.
You couldn't even remember the moment, could you?
Dude, no. I blacked out.
See.
All I remember is just breathing heavy, like nonstop. I don't remember any interviews where I said nothing.
Yeah, post-game interview, you're like, what? You didn't even know what pitch it was. You just hit it.
Nope. I was swinging no matter what first pitch, no matter what. That's awesome. I was set
because
so at the time, like my shoulder, like it was like really like hurting at the time. Like, it was bad. It was a labrum, like, but it's all fixed now. It's all good.
Yeah.
But I was kind of laggy on every fastball I got. Just like a tick late. I was like not liking it. I was like, I feel like I'm on time. Like I'm starting my load at the right moment and everything. Just feel like a tick late. And my shoulder was kind of lagging with it. So like nobody knew this, but like Omaha, I only hit off speed pitches for home runs and doubles and stuff. All my damage was done on off speed.
Yeah.
So when Cam came in, I was like,
who's Cam?
The pitcher, my buddy.
He's from Tampa guy.
Yeah.
Jesuit, awesome guy. I remember watching him pitch the game before he closed against us, and he was 99. I was like, first off, I know Cam in 99, that's not like him. Something's new here. Like he was 95, 96, and he was 100. I was like, he's going to come fastball at the top of the zone here. He's going to try to gas me up first pitch and try to get, because I'm not hitting the fastball right now. So I was like, I'm swinging fastball. I'm just going to catch it out front early as hell.
Yeah.
I was early, but I was still late, and it was the wrong pitch. So I probably would end up pitching the fastball.
And then you were able to hook it. You were able to stay on and hook it on.
Fastball went in the right center.
Yeah.
So you say about your shoulder. What, like, it's 100%? Tell everybody, it's 100% right now? It's good to go?
It's finally healthy.
You're throwing a little bit?
Last year was not healthy.
When did you hurt it?
That was the first
game. The dive in back to first? Was that the one?
Yeah. We were watching that game, and we're like,
it happened, and I just played through it, the whole time. Had some stuff that happened throughout the season and everything, but nothing I couldn't just bite my teeth and just play through.
Yeah, that's grit. That's what you need.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we had such like a set-up roster to the point where like I couldn't sit out and watch that year. Like, when it happened first, like I was like, no MRIs, no nothing. I know it's probably messed up. I don't want to know that though. Like confirm that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know I'm playing this time because then I'll just make excuses.
Yeah.
So that was just me.
I mean, you did pretty freaking good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we remember watching that game on TV. We were like, "Oh no, he like did something." But then Johnson was like, "He should be good by like the end of the weekend." And then you were playing again.
Oh yeah, no, it was just like they just put it back in, and that was all the way.
It's all mentality, man. It's all grit, trying to do that.
So what's the vibe like in the clubhouse right now with everybody coming back from a national championship? Like, what's the thought? Hey, we're going to win that again, or we're going to take it every week at a time? Or there's a hey, we're going to the national championship again? Like, what
just win ball games.
Win ball games.
Yeah, just take it day by day, take it pitch by pitch. We're nowhere near close to being the team that we need to be in the future. We know that, but we know that each day we're getting better.
So small goals instead of, okay, I like that.
We're just playing each day, 1% better each day. That's how we're looking at it, not looking at long-term stuff. I think last year, just on paper, how crazy it was, we all knew, like, hey, like, in our head, we're doing this, we're going to the national championship, we're winning it. But this year, like, we still have all the same guys, like, on paper, but it's 1% better. We're not trying to match that. You know, if we just try to go for that, it's never going to happen. So just 1% better each day, wake up, do what you got to do, go to the field, bust your ass.
Who are the leaders in the clubhouse right now? Then, besides yourself, like who do you say that everybody's going to look up to that was there last year? Like
Yeah,
who are some guys?
Thatcher's a big dog coming back. He's going to get a lot of innings for us, and he's going to be the top.
He was good. I like watching him pitch.
Yeah, he's a really awesome guy. So he's kind of got the pitchers right now. He's got them under control, and the pitchers look really good. I'm really happy to see that unfold. And hitting wise, I mean, we got Hayden and Alex coming back, 2 fifth years. They are what you want to be in a leader. Like, I mean, you got H-Rod, just dog, been through every injury you could probably think of, and still shows up every day and rakes.
Yeah.
Alex Mario, my roommate, not a better guy, human being out there. And he's a little rat behind the plate. Nothing's getting by him. That's awesome. And he's throwing everybody out.
He's a 6th year too, right?
Fifth year.
Fifth year?
Yeah. They're both 5th years, and I'm so glad we got them back. Like, they're gonna make a big impact, like, on the field for us.
Got the whole squad back.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to take it back. Like, take it back to when you first met Steve-O, when your dad signed you up for lessons in his backyard.
Yeah. So I went to Frankie. What first?
Don't block that name out. Went to another hitting guy in town.
I don't know.
I don't know him. I know of him. I just don't know him.
Yeah. So I went to this other guy, and I didn't know. I was so young at the time. I think I was like 7, 8 years old.
8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know.
Dad made him come.
Yeah.
Gotta go to lessons.
And then, my dad's like, "Hey, we got this new guy. He's not far. His name's Steve."
Stance Doctor Steve-O.
But I hit with the whole team. It wasn't just Tommy.
It wasn't Stance Doctor. It was just Steve.
No, it wasn't Stance Doctor. Stance Doctor came after.
Doctor, baby.
I was doing a lesson before.
That was Stance. I've been through 3 names.
It's still Stance Doctor.
Yeah,
it's still Stance, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I hit with this whole team that it wasn't just him. So he came in through a group, him and a couple of guys, Amai and Sammy, all these guys, and the team started doing really well.
Yeah.
And then
Bombers. Fossil Fire.
Yeah.
That's when I first.
And you were 9.
Longhorns.
Yeah, I was 9. It was it was just backyard cage. I mean, my swing, I was just a short, chubby kid with a bald head. Yeah.
We'll add that photo later.
Did you notice anything different from him, like when he was back then, even?
You know, it's funny. Somebody asked me that the other day. The newspaper guy said, and I told him, I said, this kid's the same kid as he was at 10.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to miss. He didn't want to get out. He wanted to hit it hard. He wanted to work hard. And it's the same mentality he has now. Like, you see him when he misses a ball, right?
Yeah.
He did that when he was 10, except he probably threw the bat then. He got more mad.
Control.
But he would tell me, throw harder, coach. Throw hard, sit 10 feet away. And I'd throw as hard as I could. He'd be like, yeah, whack. And he would do it until he hit it. And no one else would like that. They don't like failing. He was the only one that kept me, like, so I saw it was a little different at the time, for sure. Yeah, you were different. You were
I loved to fail because, like, I got it eventually.
Yeah.
But when I got it, nobody else did it.
Yeah.
Nobody else was doing that when I got it, you know? It was just like.
And we've had struggles. Like everybody struggles over the years, right? You know. But that's hitting. But what he does is he finds a way to get out of it. Like we talked about 2 straight. That's his way to get out of that struggle or not taking a pitch anymore. So he's done that since he was 10, 11, 12. I think when I first noticed was in high school when you played with all these national guys that are all signed or all like Division I guys, and your little freshman come in and starts on this team with Matt Nelson and Cairo and all these big name guys. The center fielders going to Mississippi State. It was huge, and this little kid comes in. And I saw him kind of step up when he wasn't doing as good as all them at first, but he kind of learned at the end. He started hitting the hell out of the ball. Yeah. And that was where you're like, okay, I'm going to do this. I belong with these guys. That was good to see.
Yeah.
That's probably my most, like, watching from the outside, that was probably the most impressive.
Yeah. You know? That's what I noticed from you guys being each other, like being together. I've met you like probably when the old Stance Doctor, how old was he? 15?
He used to watch Bo Bichette go, I'm gonna do that one day over there. Yeah, whatever, kid.
I told him,
whatever, kid.
I said, Steve, Bo, this was when Bo just got invited to the Under Armour All-American game.
Yeah.
I said, Steve,
I'm gonna do that one day.
I want to do that. I want to.
I was like, this kid's got some dreams.
That's my goal. I want to be an Under Armour All-American.
Yeah.
I was just.
Did you?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what's crazy about it, right? I want to play at a big school. Did you? Absolutely.
It's manifested, man. You manifest it. But you've had that. That's what the mentality.
That's
you've
what I
had
mean.
that mentality.
Can't teach it.
Your entire life. You
Can't
can't teach
teach
that.
it.
You don't think?
No
Have
way.
you ever seen anybody else with that mentality?
What's her, Christina?
Big Tina.
Yeah, the only.
She's at
he
Florida
knows her.
State. Yeah.
That's the only other person I've ever. And I've hit with like professional hitters, major league hitters. They don't have that kind of craziness, that drive that they have. It's just
Christina
different.
went exit velocity against me until we were like 14 years old.
Yeah.
Like off the tee, we were both like 90 exit velocity. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like he had the exit velocity board. It was like age groups, and like 1 week Christina would be ahead of me. I was like,
This little girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on that shit. And I was like, yeah, man, come on, I gotta get bigger. So I saw a gym. I was like, I need to go to a big gym. Or work out finally.
Yeah. Man, that's freaking awesome. But yeah, I remember back to that mentality for sure. It's a difference. Like, I remember seeing you. I used to hit with you guys back in the day, and I could see you compared to like the other pro guys in that group. And it's like just simple high fastball machine. Those guys would get frustrated, couldn't touch it, and you would go in there and just clean the floor with it. And you're 15 years old doing the same thing as these like pro guys getting ready, like, you know, for major league opportunities. So it was like, yeah, there's always been something different, and it has been you just working through that, like obsessed with it.
Yeah,
so that's where that mindset comes from. And like one of my favorite thing, I talked to Steve-O with this too, like fast forwarding, when you made that decision to go from NC State to LSU, dude, you got so much hate for that. It was
only
unreal.
from NC State fans.
Yeah.
Everybody else loved it.
But like everybody was like, why would it? But like not even hate. Like it's like you're gonna go to a real school now in the SEC and not have the success. Like that's what everybody was saying, because they saw the success that you were having and people's natural ability. They get jealous and they just want to see you fail.
Yeah.
You know, you knew all that was going on.
Yeah.
So like, you just bet on yourself basically. So that's why like we'll be forever like and all about that. Like you got to bet on yourself in life, and that's what you did, and look where you are now.
You gotta take chances if you want to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
There's no like it's not gonna be a smooth road to get to the end goal of like what you want to do is your dream.
Yeah.
Like everybody has dreams.
Yeah.
And if you think that it's not gonna be a rocky road to get to that dream,
yeah,
you got a rude awakening coming.
Back up one step. He made a choice before NC State. Before that, when did you make that choice? When you had to leave your high school that you played with for 3 years, and you had to choose:
that was hard.
I want to play professional baseball. In order to do that, IMG might be a better fit because they're going to get more exposure, right?
That was Calgary Christian.
He had to make that
IMG.
decision then.
Yeah.
You know, or he'd jump around. No,
it was because of COVID and everything. It was just bad timing to make a decision and everything. They promised me games in front of scouts at the time. I was just like, it was hard to pass up because I didn't know where the COVID thing.
And why did you do that though? Because you wanted to play professional baseball.
I wanted to make.
That's the only reason. So it wasn't about making everybody happy. It was about his personal growth and future.
I wish all the time I would have graduated with that class. I mean, I knew all those people and everything. They were all sad I left and everything. It was hard, but I mean, I knew that the sacrifice I had to make. I mean, me and my dad talked about it. We sat down and like we thought like out of high school I was going like that. That's take what we get and we're gonna go. So we were like, just 1 year. Put your head down. Bust your ass. No outside noise.
Yeah.
So like, I was just in a dorm, went to the field 6 hours a day, went to school, went back.
Best decision you ever made.
Best decision.
Yeah.
I became, like, I got used to the workload.
Yeah.
Like 6 hours a day, nobody, like, in high
Got
school.
you ready for college?
High school, that doesn't happen. Like, nobody's doing 6 hour practice in high school.
No.
So, or like, it was like 4 hours and like a 2 hour lift or whatever. Like, we were just nonstop working at IMG. Like, it was just like, that's what we had. We could do whatever we want, whenever. It was like college.
Yeah.
I get to college at NC State. We have a long practice. Some guys are gas, some guys aren't. You know, like the guys that have been there, they know what the workload is, and like I just like I don't know. I felt like that it wasn't. Like,
yeah.
I had it under control. Like I knew the workload.
Yeah.
Already. So I was like in college a year earlier than everybody else.
Yeah, you're ready for it. That's what IMG
I think
does.
that was a better decision than the whole NC State didn't matter. That was a good decision for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I love NC State. You know, I'm gonna say that. I gotta say that on camera.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Avon and Coach Hart were nothing but
again
awesome to me.
You just made a
for your
business
future.
decision.
Yes.
Business
It
decision.
was strictly for the future.
Yeah.
And what I want to do, and I want to win a national championship.
Yeah.
With that. And I want to be in the SEC because they said the ACC. Oh, you're in the ACC.
You're not good enough.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do in the SEC.
Well, everybody
only
always
reason.
has something to say about you. Since I've known you, everybody always has something to say about you.
Never want,
Where has that like? Is that where that chip on the shoulder comes from?
I don't think I have a chip on the shoulder. It's just like, it's at this point where, I mean, my dad says all the time, he's like, they're talking crap. I don't care.
Yeah.
I have 0 F's given
Yeah.
to what everybody has to say. Because I know me as a person, I know me as a player, and I know what I got to do to be where I want to be.
Yeah.
So why the hell do I need some Joe Blow saying that I suck and I'm burning hell? Don't care.
I love it. I love it, though.
Want,
I love
whatever.
it. Means you're doing things
scream
right.
at me because then when we win, it's just gonna make you not look as smart.
You're exactly right. Well,
you think it gets easier in pro ball? Hell no. You're gonna have that fan that hates you.
Love it,
you suck. What? You're gonna hear it. Yeah.
I love it. It just fuels my
fire. What they say?
Kinda.
You're doing your job when they hate you, right?
Yeah.
You're doing your job.
Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna like you everywhere you go.
Me and Steve-O talk about this all the time. Is like, what's the it? Like, how can you get a kid to get the it? And the it is the mentality, the mindset that you have. Yeah, sure, you have the skill side. Obviously, you got unlimited bat speed. You're hitting balls 120 right center today. Like, of course there's that, but there are plenty of guys out there with that raw tool.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, the it is just this mentality.
It is.
And you've had that since I've known you, since you're 14, 15 years old. And Steve-O's saying you had that since you were 9. So is it teachable? Can you teach it? You say you do work on it.
No, I've been working on it, and what Jay tells us all the time. I say this to everybody. Still, I get to do this. I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
A lot of guys say I have to go hit today. I have to go to practice.
That's Brian
Brian
Kane.
I get to go to practice. I get to wake up and go to LSU. You know what I'm saying? I get to perform. You know, when I started wrapping my head around like this is such a blessing and a privilege to be able to do where I'm at. It took off in a different direction that I didn't think I had.
I love that.
I thought it was just a closed like.
Love it. Love it.
That stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like just get mad at everything.
Yeah.
But no, like baseball's fun again. Baseball is fun. Baseball is a blast. And if you don't love it and you have to wake up, like young kids, listen to me. If you wake up and you have to go to practice, you do not love baseball. You get to go to practice. That's one thing I can hammer home to you. You get to play this game. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Get to. If your dad thinks you have to play it, no.
Yeah.
But now you asked about, can you teach it? Yeah, you can teach it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that
It's gonna be
everybody's going to be able to get to that ceiling. Like, you know, I want to jump and touch that ceiling. I want to.
Yeah.
I can do things to get me there, but there ain't no way I'm going to do it. But somebody might walk in one day and jump and touch that ceiling, right?
True.
Can't teach it. Like, there's some athletic and gifted abilities there. The hand-eye, all that stuff goes with it. The mentality that you can't create. You can open the door for them, but they got to go get it, and nobody can teach it.
When I was watching the Rays when I was 5 years old, I told my dad, we were watching Carl Crawford in left field every weekend. It's like, Dad, I want to do that. Dad, I want to do that. I want to be a racer. Dad, I want to do that. Dad, I want to do that. Stuff like that. And like, if you say something, you got to be about something. You can't just talk the talk and not walk the walk. Everybody wants to be an MLB player, but does everybody want to put in the work to become that?
Yeah. No.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And like,
Number one.
I'm nowhere
that.
close to where I need to be. The path has just started.
Yeah.
And I'm taking it one day at a time.
Oh, we just talked about that a minute ago. When he goes pro ball, it starts over. He's the bottom of the cellar. He's in the
Exactly
lowest
right.
level of professional baseball. He's got to work his way in and
You're
earn
a
it back
freshman
again.
again.
Yeah.
But that's how it is every day. Like,
Yep.
you know, you have that mindset every single day. It's like that movie. What is that movie with Adam Sandler? When he has to like prove that girl that she's like
51st dates.
Yeah, 51st dates. Like every day, everybody
Every day we
forgets.
go, all right, what
This
am
is
I
a
doing?
what have you done for me lately
That's funny.
business.
No, yeah.
So that comes into it. Hey, when you do deal with failure, hey, you've been 0 for 4 before. What do you do? How do you pull yourself out of that? Like no BS. Like what do you do?
I'm just wake up next day.
Yeah.
I look at video, look at my swings, what I did. If it's really, really bad, if I'm like a couple games string together, I'll send them all to him and be like, what do you see? He'll show me what I need to do, work on it.
Most of it's a mentality, you said though earlier, right? You said it's a mentality more than it is.
It's all mentality.
Yeah.
You step on the field in between those lines, it is all mentality. Forget what you know about what any coach has told you.
Yeah.
Like, know the signs and play baseball.
That's a good point.
That's it. You know the signs, that's the only thing you need to use your brain for on the field. Everything else should be muscle memory, just with the flow going.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you need to think about is when a coach puts on a sign.
Yep.
That's it. Everything else should be fluid. You don't even think about what my backhand's doing in the middle of a swing when the guy's throwing 95.
I know, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
what is that going to do for you mid at bat?
I mean,
It may be a feeling thing for some guys, but like you still got to be on time. You got to be in the spot. If you did it a million times, it's going to happen naturally.
yeah. What I think's cool about you guys too, Steve, you have that, you can call it an old school mentality if you will, like with the whole social media age and everything like that. Like today we're hitting on a force plate.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, dude, like, come on. You know what I mean?
I don't know what it does.
It's going to tell you a number.
No, yeah.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
And kudos to all the guys that know how to work all that stuff
Yeah.
and everything, but I don't. I know ball to bat, it's barreled, it has a good spin, and it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't even know how hard it went. If it fell,
You're letting the ball dictate the result.
He hit balls yesterday. He goes, "Oh, that's a homer," and I was like, "Oh," but he felt like, okay, that was the same thing I hit out of the park, right? So that's a feeling that number, what it might have said is a pop up, but he knows that ball goes out, you know.
But that's the new age stuff that like we at the facility are almost trying to get away from, because it's like, is that really how you develop guys? Is it just clicks? You know what I'm saying? Like you post it on social media, you doing a cool like water bag drill, and it gets clicks. Like
I'm okay.
you know
I'm
what I
all
mean?
for technology. I love that he can use the technology, but we don't. I would never say that you'd live by it and coach by it or die by it, because again, it comes down to ball flight. You know, like if you can hit the ball hard over and over and over, that's going to tell you good things.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's going to say some things that are
There's
going
a
wrong.
lot of guys that do like that. They do like the numbers. They like to, you know, but I feel when
I'm all for it.
As a hitter, I'm so up here, like it's got to be like clear mind, clear everything, just hit.
Yeah.
So when I start thinking like this, like I need to get my launch angle at this number.
No. You probably
I'm chasing
think
a number, and I'm not chasing my swings. It doesn't matter how much, like if I'm like hitting every ball at the top of the cage or every ball on the ground, but my exit velocity is good, who gives a shit?
you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Case in
But
point,
that's
last year,
the difference.
a major leaguer, Jordan Walker from the Cardinals, they told him they wanted to hit the ball in the air more. What did he do? He went in the slump. They sent him back down AAA.
Yeah.
Because he thought that he had to hit that number, and all of a sudden he went down there and said, "Screw this, I'm doing my thing." Guess what? He started hitting again.
So
So it could have a detriment, be a detriment.
that's good. Like the in-game adjustments you're talking about right now is everything. Like in here in the cage, okay, sit down. If you need to be mechanical, do it. But you need hopes of that to transfer over into the batter's box. So in-game adjustments, all of the like hitters that have success that I've personally talked to, Steve can probably attest to this too, is like the adjustment rather than, hey, what's my hands doing? What's my back elbow doing? What's my leg doing? What's my big toe? Whatever it may be. Hey, maybe I just try to hit this ball over the second baseman this at bat. Maybe I just try to use that. So be result oriented with the ball and hope that everything's going to flatten out. That's probably a way better approach to do it, right? Because if you're thinking about mechanics, whatever, in a game, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Especially when guys are throwing 98 now, right?
You can't think. You cannot think. You just have to react and trust the process.
Yeah.
The muscle memory's gonna take over. That's what he's saying. Like when we first got like behind the entire stuff, like it was like
The
behind
base.
the house, yeah, old days. He was saying every day, like we're gonna create muscle memory from this. Like launch, like you tell me to go through the 4 positions, I get against the wall, the Elvis drill. I have guys telling me like, what do you think? Like I'm like, you know, I actually see, like, I have a drill for that. It's called the Elvis drill. I was like, I was doing this drill when I was 9 years old.
Can you
back knee down?
You gotta demonstrate the Elvis
Elvis drill.
Get up and do the Elvis like here. Watch.
Elvis drill. Back knee down, front knee walks out.
Yeah, man, it gave me some rhythm.
You've been doing that since 2001.
Yes, and like people would tell me, and I was like, yeah, I got drills. Like, and that's it. It's just creating muscle memory to like, I got all the points. Like, tell me something from 9 years ago or whatever. And
because I think it's the same as you get up. It's still the base of the swing. 99% of hitters are the same when they get a heel plant through the ball, right? Yeah. Well, that's a small window, but a lot of it's all consistently almost identical.
Yeah.
I'd say 95% of people.
Yeah.
See, like that's another thing too. Like what he does awesome when we first started working and everything with the little side camera that he had, the little computer. He would mimic. He would just put me next to big leaguers. Who I mimic my stuff after. I say 3 names every single time. Bo Bichette, Albert Pujols, Miguel Cabrera. Miguel Cabrera got inside the ball like crazy. He was like the best at like just taking the inside one and put it out to right field. Bo Bichette, I mean, I've hit with him. Dante, I mean, the 2-strike approach is real. The high fastball is real. You gotta get on top of it.
Yeah.
And then Albert Pujols, man, just wide base, grip and rip. Like there was nothing.
I can see a combination of all 3 of those in you, by the way.
Yeah.
There's just nothing to his swing. It's just boom.
Yeah.
Like that's what my 2-strike approach is.
So he was kind of spoiled, growing up, meaning that, he's around Bo, and Bo would bring in big leaguers, and Troy Tulowitzki's, all these guys would be in there, like all these guys would be in our facility, so he got to watch. So he had a little insight in some of that stuff.
I just watch. I wouldn't say a word. Just
let me ask you this
sit
though.
back and watch.
That routine that we just did, it'll be the last video That routine we just did, how much has that changed since you were 9 years old?
None.
You've been doing the same, similar routine?
We probably got
a little more advanced stuff.
High school, yeah, we started doing the high tee because like I was never going to be able to do that when I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
But like high school wise, I mean, I started working high tee inside, releasing that way when we started high school. Yeah.
And he hated it. Remember?
I was so bad, dude. I was like, this is my thing. I'm never gonna swing at this pitch at the ball. I don't know why I have to swing at this.
We fight about it.
Yeah. He's like, you get good at this, you'll be a great hitter. I was like, no, I'm never gonna do it. Now this is like my bread and butter, man. I love it.
And that's your
now
cheat
everybody's
code.
trying to do that. Yeah.
Everybody's trying to get back to that. You're exactly right. Because like I said, pitchers are trying to go up now because everybody's got holes in their barrel.
Yeah.
They're dumping. They're dumpy. Because back in the day, right, those low and out, low and in pitches were your good pitches, right? Try to stay low in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that anymore. That's why a guy like you comes into play. They can get on top of that 98, have a good two-strike approach, can blast the off speed the other way. You're sitting
half
pretty.
It's guessing in that top.
Yeah.
You got to be lucky.
And we talk about that. Like you can anticipate a fastball.
Yeah,
you can't go. Let me see what he's throwing.
You can't just be like, yeah, 0-2.
What's he gonna throw?
Fastball up in the zone. I'm ready. Like 0-2. And I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna get everywhere. But like 0-0, I'm anticipating the pitch. 2-0, anticipating. You know, you got these counts and stuff that really dictate. Like you narrow it down to 2 pitches every time. Really, what count you're in.
Yeah.
You know, and like, runners on second. You know, I mean, I like the only numbers I look at, like for pitcher wise, is like how their percentages of off speed with runners on scoring position compared to runners not in scoring position. So like I see a guy who's got 50% fastballs, 50% curveballs. But when runners are on second base, he's 70% curveballs. Well,
so you're
strikes,
cheating.
I know I'm probably gonna get the off speed because he wants me to roll over and not hit a base hit.
Yeah.
Because like I know like even with the fastball, if I'm late, I can still get a base hit. So they'll probably come off speed.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
So it's doing your homework.
Yeah, you got to do your homework. You have to be prepared. Preparation is baseball.
Yeah.
If you are not prepared, then it's gonna be hard.
And he has an innate ability to go back and go, okay, remember this at bat in that game, this guy? He could probably go back and tell you every freaking pitch from that at bat 2 years ago,
I can tell you
which is a sickness.
Every home run I hit last year, what pitch it was.
It's a sickness. Like you can't like that's something I can ask some kids. Hey, how'd you hit this weekend? I don't know. I think I rolled over. I don't even know what he threw me. It's weird. Yeah. That's different.
There's a picture like on this. You probably see it when you're driving by the stadium on the screen. It's all of us, you know, but it's one of the pictures are my swing in the middle. I'm in the middle of the picture. I was like. That was a 0-2 slider.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I was like, I know that picture. I was like, I know exactly that swing. I was looking up at it. I got out in front on it.
Because you're obsessed, man.
Oh, dude,
You're
I'm
obsessed with this.
I'm. There ain't nothing I'd rather. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
That's awesome stuff.
Yeah. Hey, that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you liked that video with the man, Tommy Tanks White. If you don't know who I am, if this is your first ever video, you know, watching our channel, my name is Thomas Summers. I'm a strength and conditioning coach that's been blessed to work with some of the best baseball players in the world, and we pride ourselves on building the strongest, most explosive ball players in the country, you know, whether that's youth players, high school players, college players, and all the way up to that big league level. So if you want to see more behind the scenes action of how the game's best train, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to use the same exact training programs that they use in-house, right here I have a SummersMethod Plus app. That is a year-round training program I send out to all my players. If you're a youth player, if you're a high school player, if you're a college player, and if you're a pro player, there's different workouts per age group year-round. And you can get that for a 7-day free trial in the link in the description. So hit that subscribe button for me. We'll catch you next week.